Hello, welcome to this lesson. In our previous lesson, we looked at classification in biology according to John Ray and Carolus Linnaeus. In this lesson, we'll look at the binomial system of nomenclature. At the end of the lesson, you should be able to describe the binomial system of nomenclature. You should also be able to outline the guidelines required for writing names under the binomial system. Okay. Now, the binomial system of nomenclature, as proposed by Carolus Linnaeus, has some guidelines that needs to be followed in writing the names of organisms under this system. So first off, it's a scientific system of naming organisms with two Latin names. And the first name is the genus name, and the second name is the species name to which the organism belongs. So you can think of some organisms like the dog, whose scientific name is the Canis familiaris, the domestic fowl, which is the Gallus domestica, mango, which is Magnifera indica, a lion, Panthera leo, a tiger, Panthera tigris. You can even think of some foodstuffs like rice bean Oryza sativa, and cocoa, Tebroma cacao, and all these have special or standard ways that they are written. So we mentioned that the first name is the genus name. So in the case of the lion and the tiger, because we mentioned that they all belong to the same genus but different species, then in writing the name for the lion, we would separate that and that for the tiger as well. So they will both have a common name. Normally, we would write the name as Panthera leo. Normally, we would write it like this, Panthera leo, as the name of the lion. But the rule is saying that the first name is the genus and it's written in block letter, like we have capital P. But the second name is written with a small letter. So the capital L here would have to be written as a small l anytime we are writing the scientific name of the organism or the animal. So Panthera leo for lion. Then the tiger becomes the Panthera tigris. Similarly, if we want to write that for human beings or human being or man or human, then we write the genus name, which is Homo, H-O-M-O, and sapien, S-A-P-E-N. Now, the second rule states that the genus name can be shortened. So instead of writing the full thing as Homo sapien, we can write H dot and sapien as we have it. Now let's look at the other rule. It says that both names must be underlined separately or italicized. So in writing the name for the Homo sapien, we underline it separately, Homo alone and sapien also alone. So that for the lion is underlined separately, Panthera underlined, Leo underlined. For tiger, we underline the Panthera and we underline the tigris as well. In the case where it's being typed, then it's best to italicize the names. So instead of writing like this, we write the Homo sapiens as Homo sapien, italicized. So we either underline separately or we italicize. Under no circumstance should both be done. So you don't underline and italicize at the same time, like this. This is wrong. Even worse is when you underline all of them together as one word. Wrong. So we accept this form and this form as well. So we underline them separately And then the first letter is written as a block letter. And then the first letter of the second name or the second word in the name starts with a small letter. And that is how we write the names of the organisms. Now, in this lesson, we looked at biological classification, but look at the guidelines in the binomial nomenclature. We mentioned that the binomial nomenclature consists of a two-word Latin name given to living organisms, and it largely consists of the first word being the genus name and the second being the species name. And we mentioned that they can either be underlined separately or italicized. We can also shorten the first word, in which case you write the first letter with a full stop, and then you write the next letter, in which case it should be italicized. In our next lesson, we'll continue the classification in biology by looking at the taxa and the kingdoms. See you in the next lesson.